On Wall Street, the Dow is off triple digits and much more. A live look now on the big board, and you'll see we're down 291. We've been down more than 300 on this session, and analysts say it's because of one thing: concerns over the mess happening in China, the world's second largest economy.
I can't figure out if the markets are down because a lot of people are angry they didn't get off this week, or there really is pervasive gloom and doom. I mean, there is actually a pervasive gloom and doom out there.
Guys, listen, it's been over a month, right? I've been talking about this stealth bear market. Well, let's face it bubbled up to the surface today, and it was ugly. The Dow fell below 17,000 and closed at a new 2015 low. And as painful as it is, it looks like the bottom, well, I like bottoms to be reached swiftly, but the question is, have we gotten there? Because right now, to me, this feels like it's been mostly emotional, not fundamental.
You said earlier in the broadcast that you believe it's not over. How severe is this likely to be, and over what period of time, as best you can judge?
Rick Newman with us. He's a columnist for Yahoo Finance. Sounds like as early as next month.
Right. Yeah, I mean, stock markets go down sometimes. I mean, we have to remember what's going on here. We've had a terrific bull market since 2009. People have made a lot of money on this, and now we're seeing investors get a little shaky.
Meantime, the number of Americans filing for first-time unemployment benefits rose unexpectedly really last week, but not by much. The Labor Department reports initial claims rose by 4,000 to a seasonally adjusted 277,000.
The problem is that it's not just isolated to our central bank. All the central banks around the world now are panicking, and people are starting to realize that, and top-line sales are not meeting expectations. This is a problem.
When they're all panicking, they all also, you think, have all run out of weapons or arrows in their quivers. I mean, they've used every kind of gimmick in the book, and they've invented a few new ones.
Well, the one they're using now, I mean, Vietnam, Kazakhstan, China, they're devaluating their currencies. This is a very dangerous thing. When you devaluate currency, you affect the global structure of finance, and that's what they're doing. So the uncertainty is actually growing by all these countries trying to get to the bottom line of trying to get flow into their countries by lowering currency valuation.
Whether it's justified or not, all 10 sectors of the S&P 500 are on the downside. Take a look. It doesn't matter. Financials, discretionary, technology, industrial, everything is down almost 1%. Global markets, they're not any better. Shanghai is down over 3%. Another choppy day over there. The morning session was up. The afternoon session fell apart. But it's in a trading range between 3,500 and 4,100 to Shanghai. And that 3,500 level, that's where widely believe the government starts buying. Hang Seng, Hong Kong is a little more important. That's down about 5% for the week, and that's where everybody goes to look for what they think is the real picture of China. That's become the real index, the Hang Seng these days. Germany's down. That's down about 4% on the week. Spain's down as well, so you get the picture. I keep calling around. What happened overnight that everybody is so gloomy, and I didn't get much of anything? Just the continuation of the, Bob, it's the global growth story, China, and look what's happened in Brazil, and the emerging market currencies are continuing to be weak, and the dollar's strong, although I point out the dollar index has stopped going up. They say, Bob, it's the trend. We're not happy.
Who is in control of this market right now? I feel a little bit today that Janet Yellen in the last 24 hours lost complete control. The little that she actually had left. Maybe she signals to the market, I'll keep the punch bowl out there to the degree I can. But then there's a credibility issue, Dan, because to your point, they've been promising a rate hike. I don't know why. I don't see what on her dashboard is so great that she's got to raise rates, but she's been promising it. So who is in control of this? Did the market take back control with this hissy fit?
I think the market's going to take control. Remember, Janet Yellen, and if you watch her body language when she speaks and you hear what she's talking about, she really is talking that she has no clue really what to do. And this jawboning that the Fed does to talk about increasing rates is to make us think that things are better. But they're really not. If you show me...
What if you looked at housing? Someone would say, okay, housing is looking really good right now. I mean, almost everything on housing looks pretty good right now.
Relatively speaking. I believe it's going to peak in September.
We're at multi-year highs.
And I think that's ending here.
We're starting to see some refinancing activity. We're starting to see some mortgage activity.
But wait a minute. Velocity of money has collapsed. So money is not moving. Forget the housing market for a second. Money is not exchanging hands. wages are not going up.
The Fed,
Debt is increasing.
I don't think the Fed, Steve, I don't think the Fed can do anything about that. I mean, the other side of this equation is we've got fiscal policy from a White House that just is adamant against success, adamant against capitalism.
Right.
They've raised rates. They've flooded the country with regulations. How can money change hands when you've got that many barriers?
Right, and Charles, I couldn't agree more. Monetary policy really is not at the crux of the problem here, even though I don't like a lot of things the Fed has done and is doing now. It's a matter of policy. And by the way, it's not a matter of government that government creates growth. It never has and it never will, but it can sure get in the way of growth. And right now, the government gets in the way of growth every chance it gets through taxes and regulation, but that is going to change in 2016. I am very confident on that.
But that is going to change in 2016. I am very confident on that.
That's why longer term, I'm very bullish on U.S. growth. Right now, though, global growth still really scares me.
But it's happening.
It is happening.
We can't deny it.
No, we can't. Can't deny it. It's happening. Rick, thank you.
Don't blame me.
Oh, no, there's no blame to go around. We got a whole bunch of people to blame for that.